Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to see about the summary of the poem Indian Seasons by Nisha Dhiren. Indian Seasons by Nisha Dhiren. Now, I'll read out the first stanza. Summer comes in a blaze of heat with sunny smiles and dusty feet. In this stanza, the poetess explains that summer comes in a blaze of heat. The meaning of blaze is bright flame or fire. Note it down, students. The meaning of blaze is bright flame or fire. With sunny smiles, sun will be very bright and even clouds cannot hide the sun during the time of summer. Isn't it, students? Yes. And dusty feet refers to that all the roads and pathways will become dusty, and so the legs will also become dusty during the time of summer. Moving on to the second stanza, then seasons change to muddy roads, monsoons and mangoes, leapfrogs and toads. In this stanza, the season changes. It changes from summer season to rainy season. Here, the road even changes. In the first stanza, we saw about dusty roads, and here we are seeing about muddy roads. Monsoons refers to rainy days. The word monsoons refers to rainy days. And the word mangoes, during summertime, flower will bloom in the mango tree and that will grow as a mango fruit in rainy season. That's why the word mangoes are given here. Leapfrogs and toads. There is a difference between frogs and toads. Frogs will have smoother skin, jump more. But whereas toads will have rough skin and it will have warts. Frogs will have long legs, whereas toads will have short legs. Now, moving on to the third stanza, spring is pretty but short and sweet when you can smell the grass from your garden seat. In this stanza, the poetess explains about the spring season. Everyone loves this season, isn't it, students? Yes, spring is very pretty and it is an admirable season too. And she mentions here, you can smell the smell of grass during spring season as it will be very fresh. From your garden seat. You all have garden at your home, students? Yes, for sure, many of us would have got gardens at our home. Now, I'll explain the last stanza of the poem. Autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fall down. In this paragraph, the poetess explains that in India, whenever there is autumn season, the leaves will fall just like that. But whereas in America, first the leaves will be in red color, then later it will change into yellow color, and at last it reaches to brown color and it falls down. That is why three colors has been mentioned in this second line. During the time of autumn, no leaves will be found in trees, as if it is dead. That's what is mentioned here, students. So to conclude, when the sun is blazing, it is called as summer season. When there is rain, it is called as rainy season. When the flower blooms, it is said to be as spring season. If the leaves fall down, it is known as autumn season. Now, we'll move to book back exercises. Page 83. Read and understand. Read the lines and answer the questions given below. Summer comes in a blaze of heat with sunny smiles and dusty feet. This is the very first stanza we saw in the poem, right, students? Yes. Now see the question. Does the poet welcome the summer? How do you know? What could be the answer, students? Let's see the answer. The poet does not welcome the summer because it comes with flame or fire. This is the answer for the students. Note it down. The next question is, which line tells you that there is no rain in summer? Which line indicates that there is no rain in summer, students? The answer is the line, sunny smiles and dusty feet tells us that there is no rain in summer. Yes. Moving on to the next question, spring is pretty but short and sweet when you can smell the grass from your garden seat. The question is, how does the poet describe the spring season? The answer is the poet described the spring season as short and sweet. The poet describes the spring season as short and sweet. It is given in the second line, students. Make a note of it. And the second question is, which line tells you that the garden is fresh? Which line tells you that the garden is fresh? The answer is, when you can smell the grass, tell us that the garden is fresh. Make a note of it, students. Now, the next question is, who does you refers to? Who does you refers to? The answer is, you refer to the viewer. You refer to the viewer. Then the next question is, autumn is English in red, yellow and brown. Autumn is Indian whenever leaves fell down. Now the question is, how is autumn in India? How is autumn in India? The answer is, in India, no one can distinguish the autumn season. In India, no one can distinguish the autumn season. Then the next question is, compare the English autumn with the Indian autumn. And the answer is, it is Indian autumn whenever the leaves fall down. In English autumn, leaves become red, yellow and brown before they fall down. Make a note of it, students. Write it down in your notes. Pick out the rhyming words from the poem and write them in the table. From the first stanza, we can see that comes, smiles are the rhyming words. In the second stanza, roads, toads are the rhyming words. In the third stanza, sweet and seed are the rhyming words. Write it down in your notes, students. Now, the next Roman is, find examples of alliteration and write them in the blanks. Do you know the meaning of alliteration, students? The occurrence of same letter in a word is called alliteration. In this line, in a blaze of heat with sunny smiles, the alliteration words are sunny and smiles. Both letters have got S in the beginning and so it is called alliteration. In the second line, to muddy roads, monsoons and mangoes. The answer for this is muddy, monsoons and mangoes. And the third question is, spring is pretty but short and sweet. The alliteration words are spring, short and sweet. Write it in your notes, students. Now, the next Roman is, work in pairs, find answers for the questions and share in the class. The first question is, name the seasons mentioned in the poem. 4 seasons were mentioned in the poem. Right, students? What are the 4 seasons? The answers are, the seasons mentioned in the poem are summer, rainy, spring and autumn. Then the second question is, what does the summer bring? What does the summer bring? The answer is, the summer brings heat and dust. The summer brings heat and dust. And the third question is, which word refers to rain? Which word refers to rain? While I was explaining the second paragraph itself, I have told you, students, what could be the answer? Yes, good. The answer is, monsoon refers to rain. The word monsoon refers to rain. Then the next question is, why does the poet say the spring is pretty? Why does the poet say the spring is pretty? The answer is, the spring is pretty because we find trees with green leaves and sweet smelling grass all over. The spring is pretty because we find trees with green leaves and sweet smelling grass all over. Make a note of it, students. Next question is, when is it autumn in India? Why does the poet say this? Is there an autumn season in India? The answer goes like this. When the leaves fall down, it is autumn in India. The poet says this because in India, Leaves rarely change colors. Only when the trees shed their leaves, we know that it is autumn in India. Yes, there is an autumn season in India during the months of September, October and November. Write it down in your notes, students. And that's the end of the class. Thank you, students. Thank you for watching.